What's up everyone and welcome back to the UFC News Hub. Today let's get started with Khabib Teases Ilia versus Ilia Topuria. Khabib Nurmagomedov might have initially downplayed the idea of a fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, calling it a lose-lose situation for the champion. He said this while chatting with Adam Zubarayev earlier in the week, but now it looks like the Eagle is stirring the pot just a little. Fans have noticed that Khabib recently posted something interesting to his Instagram story, a picture of a bull. One user translated the caption as "the bull is coming," while another claimed it actually says "he's coming strong." Either way, it's cryptic and intriguing, especially considering that Ilia Topuria used to go by the nickname El Matador. Even though he's since dropped that moniker, the post has left a lot of people wondering, has Khabib changed his mind? Is he now in favor of Topuria jumping straight into a title shot against his longtime friend and protege, Islam Makhachev? The possibility of this matchup has MMA fans buzzing, but not everyone is convinced that it would be competitive. Mateusz Gamrot recently spoke to MMA Junkie about the idea of Topuria moving up and immediately challenging for the lightweight belt. According to him, it wouldn't be a close fight at all. Topuria is a small guy, Islam is a really big guy, and I don't think that Topuria has a chance against him. You know, if you want to fight with Islam, you have to be a big guy, similar like him, because he's good everywhere. But if your body is smaller than his, you don't have a chance, for sure. Gamrot said, this raises some real questions, because yes, Islam Makhachev has been dominant in the lightweight division, but he didn't exactly steamroll through everyone. His first fight with Alexander Volkanovski was razor close. Some even think Volk might have edged it, and Volk, like Topuria, isn't a natural lightweight, so could Topuria possibly replicate that performance, or maybe even do better? That's the kind of what if that keeps fans hooked. Ilia's speed, power, and confidence have made him a star in the featherweight division, and the idea of him testing himself against a powerhouse like Makhachev is exactly the kind of challenge that stirs excitement. Whether or not Khabib is truly on board with this fight now, his cryptic post has done what it needed to do: spark a conversation. The fans are curious, the analysts are debating, and the fighters are starting to speak out. The hype is building, and maybe, just maybe, we're getting closer to seeing Topuria step into the cage against one of the most dominant lightweights of all time. Before we continue, subscribe and click the bell icon to help support the channel. When Merab Dvalishvili is out in the wild, there's no telling what kind of madness he'll get into. Whether it's diving headfirst into a frozen lake, climbing rugged cliffs just to leap into the crashing ocean below, or grinding away in training at the peak of a mountain, Merab lives like he fights. All in, no breaks, no fear. He's not just a machine in the octagon, he's a machine in life. And even when he's not throwing punches under the bright lights, he still finds a way to keep fans hooked, constantly wondering what crazy stunt he's going to pull next. With his highly anticipated rematch against Sean O'Malley set for UFC 316, Merab decided to give fans a sneak peek of how he plans to finish the bantamweight champion this time around. On Instagram, he dropped a video that perfectly captured the kind of intensity only he can bring. In the clip, he used a tree stump, yes, a literal stump, as a stand-in for O'Malley. He launched into a jumping, spinning back kick, blasting the stump off its base, and followed up with brutal ground and pound shots, finally ending the sequence with a savage curb stomp. That wasn't just training, it was a statement. Alongside the video, Merab made his message clear. Prediction for June 7th, buy pay-per-view and see it happen. That wasn't just hype, that was a warning. Then, in classic Merab fashion, he broke it all down. This is Sean, like 6 feet tall like a tree, skinny tall guy, and this is just machine, you know? And I'm gonna just move around, and bam, easy bro, and he's going down, that's it, game over, and still, said Merab Dvalishvili. He couldn't help but flash that cheeky grin of his and added with a laugh, my wife, I'm just kidding, said Merab Dvalishvili, but make no mistake, behind the jokes and the playful attitude is a fighter who's never been more focused. Heading into this rematch, Merab has made it clear he's planning to showcase a whole new level of his striking game. He believes the fight won't look anything like their last encounter at UFC 292, and he's ready to prove that the Sugar Show won't survive the storm a second time. Will he go 2-0 against Sean O'Malley and solidify his reign as champion? We'll find out on June 7th. One thing's for sure, Merab isn't just talking, he's showing, and the machine doesn't slow down for anyone. Israel Adesanya is not done yet. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his future after a tough stretch of losses, the former UFC middleweight champion seems to have rediscovered that fire inside him. Recently, his longtime coach Eugene Behrman from City Kickboxing opened up about Izzy's mindset in an interview with Submission Radio, and the news is enough to make fans excited again. Following his loss to Nasruddin Imavov, many questioned whether Adesanya would return to the octagon. At the time, Eugene Behrman admitted that things were unclear. He explained that Adesanya was simply off doing Izzy, taking time away from the sport to focus on himself and reflect. But things have changed, just a little and just enough to spark hope. Behrman revealed that during a private moment backstage at UFC 300 after Alexander Volkanovski's big win, Adesanya approached him with something important to say. "Look man, I think I'm going to fight again," Adesanya told him. Said with calm confidence, those words didn't sound like someone guessing or wondering. They sounded like a man slowly rediscovering his purpose. Eugene continued, sharing the vibe of that quiet conversation. "Not, yeah, I want to fight again? I think I'm ready to fight again," Adesanya repeated during that exchange. According to Behrman, the coach explained that they're not jumping ahead to talk about possible opponents or matchups yet. Right now, the discussion is more personal, more internal. It's about hunger. It's about whether the passion still burns the same way it once did. They're talking about whether Adesanya truly wants to fight again, not out of obligation, but because that fire is flickering back to life. And maybe, just maybe, seeing his teammate and close friend Volkanovski reclaim UFC gold added a new layer of motivation. Watching someone you've bled, trained, and triumphed alongside reach the top again can have a powerful effect. It's possible that moment backstage, surrounded by the energy of victory, sparked something deep in Adesanya. Sure, he might be entering the later years of his career. Sure, he's coming off a rough 3-fight skid, but legends aren't made by avoiding losses. They're defined by how they respond to them, and right now, all signs are pointing to a comeback. Israel Adesanya said it himself. "I want to fight again. I think I'm ready to fight again," and that's all fans need to start believing once more.